Hello there. This is a necessary preamble where I apologise in advance. I had a nice couple of hours fishing on a February morning and now I'm just sharing it with you. Somehow, between the car and getting into the river, the microphone input on the camera became dislodged. I didn't notice, of course, so I videoed all my fishing without effective sound. The video was to illustrate fishing streamers down and across. The process that I followed was cast into the current, play out the line and leader, and when the current tightened the line, put some movement into the streamer by pulling, twitching, jerking or jigging until it had swung around. I then stripped the fly back. After every couple of casts, I generally took a step downstream. The rod that I used was the same rod that I reviewed recently, and I had added an extra guide onto the butt section, and as I predicted, it was a good rod for this style of fishing. There is really nothing clever about this style of fishing, and it is quite relaxed. It's more about putting the right fly in the right place. More fish were taken when the fly was having some movement put into it, but I did have a few on the retrieve. I think I had a fish in the first few casts, but that and the next three, whilst captured on video, had the sun and its reflection off of the water shining directly into the camera lens. A natural calamity. The sun affected another location, but nowhere near as badly. I fished 5 different parts of the river and took at least 1 trout in each location. But if it went quiet after 1 trout, I moved on. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to write them in the comments section, and I look forward to hearing from you. This first fish came so quickly, it really was quite a shock. You'll now be able to see exactly what I mean about the sun and its reflection going straight into the lens. It really did muck up this early part of the video, and I really am sorry about it, but there's not a lot I could do about it. So after a very short time, that's number 3 in the net. So after that flurry of the first 4 fish, I carried on fishing downstream, but had no luck at all and decided to move further upstream to an area which is probably the narrowest part of the river and see how I could get on there. So this is it, the narrow part. Exactly the same method, casting across into the current of the river and letting it tighten the line, twitching, jerking, etc., letting it swing round and then retrieving. So this is the very first cast across the river, and you'll see what happens. So that was the first and only fish that I caught in that part of the river. So it was time to wander off and find another location. So this is the next location, and as you can see, the river is running a lot faster and it's a lot deeper here. So I took the precaution of putting on a bit of extra weight, and I put on a black mini bugger behind the streamer that I was using on the point. So this is where the sun came into play again and affected the filming. It took me a while to discover where the fish were. They were right at the very end of that deep water and on the tail going out of the pool. I had an offer just then, but missed it, and fortunately it came back again. After letting the flies swing round, I just started the retrieve when this trout took I think it was the black mini bugger. This is another attack that didn't stick. And yet another. Although most of the fish weren't very large, they certainly did put up a good scrap in the current of the river. This is quite a small fish, but you can only catch what's in front of you. Whatever size they are, they're always very welcome. Here's another attack that didn't stick. Yes, I know, another one that doesn't stick. As you can see, this one was taken on the retrieve and it took the point fly. Just a slightly better fish, this one. Not too much bigger, but just a little bit bigger to notice the difference in the fight. That was the last fish in this part of the river, so I decided to move off further downriver and try and find another spot. This is another slightly deeper area, and using the same method, casting on the far side and letting it swing round. I could see that there were some very large rocks underneath the surface on the far side, and so I decided just to drop it in the middle and let it go down. Use the same method, but trying to avoid the large rocks on the other side. Decided to let this cast swing a little bit further around towards the bank on the left. Just watch the reel on this hook up. It shot off like a rocket downstream. Yes, it came unbuttoned, but I had the enjoyment of it taking line off of the reel and playing it for a short while. My name just wasn't on that fish. Never mind. Nothing else from this swim, so it was time to move on and try and find another spot to take out another trout. This swim was just a deep hole. It was impossible to wade into, which meant that I had to fish it from the bank. The problem would be whether I'd be able to land a fish if I caught anything. We'll just have to wait and see. The swim was just one big complete boil, and it meant that on the near side it was total slack. So as the fly came round, I had to make sure that it didn't drop so far and get caught on the bottom. Because of the bankside vegetation, I decided to play the fish on the reel. That was the last fish of the morning. So I hope with all its faults you enjoyed my morning's fishing, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.